Hey everyone, it's Chris from Rat Race Rebellion. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I want to show you how to find remote jobs with AAA, the American Automobile Association. They are enormous. They support about 61 million members with automotive and financial and travel support. But while they do have remote jobs, it's not a simple, straightforward process to find them. As you know, if you've been following my videos, generally I have you go directly to the company's homepage. In this case, it would be AAA.com. I'm going to show you how that won't work with AAA because of regional hiring and what you can do to work around it. So let's first start at that URL that's not going to work and head over to AAA.com. So I'm just going to type in AAA.com, and if you look at the address, you'll see that we went from AAA.com to cluballiance.AAA.com, and it's added my zip code. Now, if I go in and try to strip out the zip code, I can do that, but if I scroll looking for jobs, I don't see them across the top. I scroll to the bottom of the page, where I find a link for jobs. It brings me to their careers page, but I want to show you what it's done. It's pulled up information about my local, my regional AAA only. All right. So, and it would do that for each and every one of you, but if you're not pulling it up on a computer that's in the area where you're actually going to be looking, if you're on a VPN, there are a lot of reasons why this might not work for you. So instead, I want you to start at a AAA subdomain of careers.AAA.com. And you can see that right up here in the address bar. It's careers, plural, .AAA.com. When you get to this page, you'll have an option to select your state, and you'll be able to figure out how to get to the jobs that are hiring in your area in that way. In theory, it's kind of a messy process, but let's see if we can make sense of it here. I'm going to go ahead and select Connecticut. And by the way, this applies to Canada as well. So you choose your state or province here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and choose Connecticut because that's where I am. And I'll hit that search. And you can see it brings me to two different options. This one goes to the Club Alliance AAA, which is where I was at when I just went to AAA.com. This one, in theory, should bring me to northeastAAA.com. I can see the URL pop up in that lower left-hand corner of my screen. I'm going to click on that. Let's see what happens. So it does go to Northeast AAA, and then it quickly goes back to that domain where it wanted me to start at in the first place, this cluballianceAAA.com. So you can see it's kind of a messy process. Once I get here, I'll just scroll down. I will find the link for jobs. And in this particular location, I'm going to click Search Current Jobs. And under the More menu, I have an option to select Works from Home and then View Jobs. And if you notice the domain at the top here in the address bar, we are now at myworkdayjobs.com. So this has gone from the AAA website over to an applicant tracking software site. I'm going to take us back to the page where we choose a state because I do want you to see how this happens, how this works with other states. So let's try Texas. Texas is a big state. Let's try Texas. All right, so I select Texas. I hit that drop down, and Texas gives me two different options. One is for all of Texas except for Texarkana, and then the other one is put together with Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, East Kansas, South Illinois, South Indiana, and Texarkana. If I mouse over these buttons and you look in the lower left-hand corner of my screen, you'll see that this one, if I click on it, will take me to careers.ace.aaa.com. This one will also take me to careers.ace.aaa.com. Convoluted. So I'm going to click on one of those. We'll see what that brings us to. And I will click on, we don't need that pop-up, we'll click on Find Jobs because we're looking for a more advanced search option. And here we have remote as an option. I'll click on remote. And lo and behold, I get jobs for states that are not in the states that they indicated, but are still remote. Now, what I've noticed when I'm searching AAA for jobs is this happens a lot. Some of them seem to be going to a more generic job board, while others seem to be going to a more regionally specific job board. So keep that in mind. If you land on one where you get a lot of states that are from outside of the area, then there's a very good chance that you're looking at all of the remote jobs that AAA has available right now. Messy, right? One thing you can do after you've checked on remote is go ahead and click on state or province from there, and then select the state that you're actually searching in. So in this case, we were looking for Texas. I'll check off Texas, and that should be giving us the remote jobs that are available to people in Texas. So it's messy, messy, messy. But if you watched Module 3 of our free online course about how to find remote jobs, you should see a pattern here that you're able to put into play. And that is every one of those locations at some place in their URL has a .aaa.com. So whether it's ace.aaa.com, when we were at Connecticut, it was, let me see here. I'm going to go to cluballiance.aaa.com. They all have this AAA.com in common before they make the switch over to ATS. Let me show you something. If we go over to Google and we type in remote, because that's the language that AAA is using, we'll type in remote, space, site, colon, no space, AAA.com. What we're doing is we're instructing Google to search not the entire internet, but just the AAA.com domain, looking for the word remote. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And then because we're looking for jobs, so I'm going to click on Tools. And you'll see that when I click on Tools, another menu pops up right here. So I go Tools, and I don't want to see all time. I want to see for the past week, because we want to make sure that we're only seeing fresh content. So you just made Google your personal search engine. It's no longer searching the entire internet. It is searching expressly the AAA website. This is a good way to get a bead on what they are offering for remote work right now. So now, as we look at the returns on this search, we'll see call center representative, customer sales and service rep, dispatcher, night shift, accountant. So you'll notice that every one of these returns is coming from a AAA.com address. Okay, so we're digging into them in this way. We're using Google. We're teaching Google to look for exactly what we're looking for. If you haven't watched Module 3 of our course, let me show you how to find it, because this is a tool you must know how to use. This will improve your job search so much. You'll get so many more results this way. So if you go to the ratracerebellion.com homepage, across the top you'll see a link for free work from home job finding course. We'll click on that. And I stress this repeatedly, this is truly free. We do not ask for a credit card. We don't even ask for your email address. You don't have to register in any way. You come and go as you please. We don't know who you are. We don't know that you're visiting. We are not going to badger you. We're not gathering your information. This information is here for your use at your leisure, no strings attached. All right. So if we scroll down and we look for Module 3, Google your way to a work from home job, just click on that. And you'll find, first of all, a video in here where I take you through on a step-by-step tour of how to use Google with plus signs and minus signs and colons like you just saw, and telling it not to search certain sites. Like, I don't like getting returns from Craigslist, so I will put in a -Craigslist.org. I don't want their results because I can find those jobs elsewhere and I can avoid the scams that oftentimes make their way onto Craigslist. And then below that, we have the links and resources where we give you a written reminder of what we covered in that video. And then we also, in that module, give you a list of clickable links that have commonly used remote job phrases. So for example, you'll be able to click on anything in here where it might say this is a remote position. You click on that and it's going to bring you right through to the Google search for that. So something that you'll definitely want to do for companies like AAA that don't make the process as simple as it should be, definitely start by going through the AAA, go through careers.aaa.com, see what you can dig up, and then I strongly encourage you to try that site:/AAA.com search and see how that works out for you. If you fall in love with those searches, you're definitely going to want to watch Module 4 of our free online course because it will show you a remarkable way to tap into that site:/search used in combination with applicant tracking software URLs to find jobs oftentimes before they ever hit the big boards, before they hit Indeed, before they get posted to LinkedIn, before they hit any of the sites that are posting remote jobs, including Rat Race Rebellion, because at that point in time, they're posted expressly to the company's website. So give yourself a leg up. So that's it. 2 lessons in 1. How to find remote jobs on the AAA site and how to use those site:/searches to find them on AAA and beyond. If you got something out of this video, please give it a thumbs up and take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already done so. When you do subscribe, make sure you click the bell icon to receive notifications every time we upload new content. As always, we encourage you, we invite you to drop comments and questions into the comments section below. We do read them all and we try to get back to everybody in a timely manner. And of course, be sure to visit ratracerebellion.com to supplement your job search. We post screened, curated jobs there Monday through Friday. And we can also hit you in your inbox if you subscribe to our email newsletter. Have a wonderful day. Look forward to seeing you back here soon. Bye-bye.